Military soldiers who go to war often experience the most terrifying things. If you listen to their stories, your head can hurt because each story is scarier than the last. Many of these stories about the soldiers being captured and escaping in difficult situations. But the soldier in today's story experiences something very different. A soldier named David from United States traveled to Philippines to visit his cousin Juan, who was also a soldier. After they meet, they sit together and start talking. Juan told David about the strange event that happened to him, something David could hardly believe. Juan said, "Me and 5 other soldiers were sent on a mission, but this was not a mission to catch thieves, criminals, or rebels. This mission was different. We were sent to fight something unbelievable, a creature. This was a very scary story." David was a soldier who had fought in Iraq against the group known as ISIS. After returning from the war, he decided to take vacation in the Philippines, where his cousin Juan lived. When David arrived, Juan warmly welcomed him. They were very close cousins, understand each other well, because both were the soldiers. Juan in the Philippine military and David in the American military. Juan showed David around his military camp. While walking, David noticed an old photo hanging in one of the buildings. In the photo, there were 5 soldiers, including Juan, and Quadar named Captain Candle standing in the middle. But what shocked David was what appeared behind them. In the picture, it looked like a huge animal wing covered with thick hair. David confused. What kind of animal could be that big? He wondered. Later, that evening, another soldier named Sergio Kendall invited David and Juan to dinner. While they were eating, David asked, "That photo I saw earlier, what is that strange animal behind you?" Kendall laughed and said, "I don't remember clearly. Juan remember better. Juan, tell your cousin what happened." So Juan began the story.
So, David, your cousin tell us you were in Iraq, yes? Fighting ISIS?
Yeah, that's right. I was on a small fire base, middle of nowhere, just us, a few M777s, and some special forces guys advising Kurdish units, mostly fire missions. Some days it was all day, sun up to sundown. I'm honestly surprised my hearing still works.
Huh? What did you say? Only joking.
That's a good one. Hey, I've been meaning to ask. There was a photo back there. You guys are standing around with, what was that? Like a bat wing?
Oh, that one. Sarge, you want to tell him?
No. Let Juan tell it. He remembers everything better than me.
It had been a long time ago, Juan said. At that time, Captain Kendall was only the lieutenant, not yet captain. Our military unit wanted to train in area in the southern parts of the Philippines. It was deep in the forest, trees everywhere, no people living there, only wild animals. The nearest village was about 3 kilometers. We were training in the different weapons and explosives. After setting up our camp beyond the 4th day, something strange happened. The leader of the nearby village came to our camp very angrily. The guard stopped him and asked, "What do you want?" He said angrily, "Call Lieutenant Kendall." When the Kendall came, the village leader said, "Last night your soldiers came to our village and stole some of our chickens and sheep. Explain me this clearly." Kendall was surprised. "My soldiers? That?" The man said, "Yes." Kendall questioned every soldier in the camp and found out that none of them had stolen anything. So he apologized to the village leader and gave him some food to calm him down. The man accepted it and left. But the next day, the same man returned, this time even angrier. He said, "More chickens and sheep were stolen last night. Our house and storage places were damaged too." Now Kendall becomes suspicious. He thought maybe the man was trying to get free supplies from them. Still, he gave the man food again, but this time he sent a team to investigate. He chose himself and 5 other soldiers, including me. The 6 of us went to the village and searched the area. What we saw was shocking. The damage was real. Chicken houses were broken. Animal pens were destroyed. Some animals were missing. While Candle was investigating, his phone rang. It was his commander. Commander asking, "What is happening there?" Candle.
So, what do you think? Hard to say, Sergeant. The coops are broken, everything's scattered. I don't think the villagers are making this up.
No, you can see it in them. They're nervous.
First Sergeant, Lieutenant Kaingos, on the radio.
This is Gompalas. Go ahead, sir. Over.
What's the situation, First Sergeant? Over.
Sir, we see signs of damage. Some theft, some destruction. We can't say yet if it was rebels or bandits. The villagers are shaken. We're still talking to them. Over.
Understood. Be careful. We've had reports of insurgents nearby. They may be trying to stir up trouble. Over.
Yes, sir. I'll report again when we...
Go, go, go!
Sergeant, you got cut off.
Something just happened, sir. I'll update you shortly.
Animals really were stalled. The commander replied, "We think there may be rebels hiding there. Be careful. If you see anything suspicious, call us immediately. Do not act alone. We will send you back up." While Kendall was still talking on the phone, we suddenly heard the sound of a baby crying. We all froze. Kendall ended the call and followed the sound toward the village. The village there, we saw a woman crying loudly. She was the daughter of the village leader, and she had recently given birth to a baby. She screamed, "My baby's gone. Someone took my baby." We investigated her house. Behind the house, where the baby had been sleeping, the entire back wall was torn open. The house was made bamboo, not concrete, and something had ripped through it. The baby was gone. Then we saw something even stranger. On the ground were deep claw marks, animal scratches. At that moment, we realized this was not the work of rebels or thieves. This was something much worse. We followed the sound of the crying baby toward the forest. The sound was coming from the east toward the mountains. The land was rough and dangerous, full of trees and wild animals.
All right. Take a short rest. Drink some water. We move again in 5.
Sergeant, you hear anything?
No, not for a while now.
The sun is going down fast. What do you want to do?
I don't want to tell that woman her child is gone. But we won't be any help if we can't see in the dark.
Wait.
It's close. Coming from up there. That hill. All right, on your feet. Let's move.
The snacks could be anywhere, but we kept moving, following the baby crying. We were into the forest. Then suddenly, Candle's phone rang again. Candle told the commander what was happening. After he told everything, the commander ordered him, "Do not move, do not go after the baby until backup arrives. This could be traps set by enemy rebels. The enemy may be near, follow my order." "Follow my order?" But Candle replied, "Commander, this is not what you think. This does not look like a rebel attack. It looks like animals causing all of this. So please give me permission. Please give me permission to continue and save the baby." The commander finally said, "Fine, but be careful. We are coming as fast as we can." Candle said, "Okay," and moved it forward. Remember, these soldiers come only for training, not for real combat. They were not prepared for a battle, whether against a human or animal. They only had small amount of bullets because they come to practice using a large weapons, not rifles. Even so, Candle decided to continue. The soldiers were tired, but they kept climbing the mountain. As they walked, they could still hear the baby crying, but now there was another sound too, the sound of large wings flapping. It sounded like some giant flying creature. The sound was very powerful. The baby was still crying after walking. After walking for a long time, the soldiers became exhausted. They stopped it. They stopped for a short rest and drank water. Suddenly, they heard the baby crying again. This time, it sounded closer. The winged sun had stopped. It seemed the creature has landed somewhere. The soldiers climbed higher and reached the flat area of the mountain. The sun was starting to set, darkness was coming. They knew that they had to save the baby before night fell, or they themselves would be in danger. When they arrived, they saw something shocking. A large cave. As they prepared to enter, they looked at the tree near the cave, and there, sitting in the trees, was creature. They could hardly believe there was a little light left, so most soldiers only saw dark shape. But Chuan saw it clearly. Chuan said, "What I saw terrified me. It looked like a bat, but it has a thick hair. It had a human-like face, almost like an old woman face. It looked like mix between a human and bat. It had 2 legs, giant bat wings, and dark fur. It was horrifying." The soldiers panicked and opened fire. They started shooting at it. At the same time, Kendall entered the cave. Inside, he saw something terrible. He found the remaining of missing chickens and sheep. Their bones were everywhere. The creature had eaten them. Then deeper inside the cave, he saw something like a nest, and inside that nest was the missing baby. The baby had small injuries but was still alive. It looked like the creature had saved the baby to eat later. The baby was exhausted from the crying all the day. Kendall quickly picked up the baby, but outside, a fierce battle was happening. The soldiers were fighting. The creature was injured and tried to escape. Nearby was a river. If it crossed that river, it would escape. Kendall shouted, "Shoot it before it crosses." But as mentioned before, they were running out of bullets, so Kendall quickly called the commander and requested emergency strike. He gave the exact location coordinates. He shouted, "Fire now! A giant flying creature is attacking us." The commander was shocked by the emergency in the Kendall's voice. Without wasting time, he ordered artillery fire. A shell was launched. It landed close to the creature. The explosion injured it badly, but even well injured, the creature started flying. This was no normal bat. It was huge, about 1 to 1.5 meters tall, much bigger than any bat, large enough to kill a human. As it flew away, it struggled. It kept falling toward the ground. Then it fell into the river, and that was the last time they saw it. The soldiers successfully rescued the baby and returned to the village. The baby's mother cried with happiness when she saw her child alive. The soldiers told the villagers what had happened. They told that strange creature had attacked them. Soon, the commander arrived and saw the soldiers' injuries. The army stayed there for a few more days. Then they repaired the damaged homes and helped the villagers. The rescued baby was given the nickname Star because everyone believed the child was very lucky. After that, everything becoming quiet. No more attacks happened. Many days later, a fisherman came to the soldiers. He brought a bird of large wing. He said, "I found this in the river while fishing." The soldiers immediately recognized it. It belonged to the creature. It had died. They took pictures with giant wing and hung it on the wall as proof. That was the same photo David saw. But after some time, the wing started to rot and smell bad, so they burned it. Only the photo remained. At the end is Chuan's story. Chuan then explained that this creature is called Aswang. The Aswang is famous in Philippines folklore. People describe it as a creature like bat, but also partly a human. Many people in the Philippines have told stories about its same belief it's real, others think it's only legend. This story I take YouTuber, that YouTuber, the storyteller, ask his friends, his viewers, after he finished, we can't know if this story truly real. If we still had the photo, maybe we could prove it. But I personally believe if creatures like this were real, someone would have captured one by now, alive or dead. So maybe it's only a story, but what do you think? We have now reached the end of our story. Tell me what you think about this story in the comments. Do you believe this creature was real? Or do you think it was only legend? Thank you very much for listening and watching. See you in the next video. Bye bye.